Hi there and welcome to the official Merchsprout YouTube channel. Today we're going to be having a quick video discussing all things samples, the items that you should be looking for and asking when ordering samples from your suppliers, how to ship your samples when developing products in China, mainly from Alibaba sellers, but this video applies to the ordering of all samples from overseas suppliers no matter where in the world they may be. Let's dive straight in. Hi, my name's George Chewson. I'm one of the founders of Merchsprout. At Merchsprout, we aim to teach people just like you how to get the best quality stock from China and abroad. So be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay in touch and keep up to date with all things manufacturing and China. Today, I've put on an extraordinary t-shirt that was sent to me by a good friend, Jake. Thanks, Jake. But I think he's maybe trying to tell me something like Homer. I don't know.
I need a shirt! Give me a shirt!
Mommy has bosoms like that.
Yeah, I wish.
Anyway, in response to this kind present, I want to talk to you all about samples. So, you found a supplier on Alibaba by using the strategies that we've listed in our other videos, especially the one on RFQs, and you're now looking to order a sample to ensure the supplier has understood you, your product, and all its design aspects. The first thing I want to say here is good job, because many people have been burnt by not inspecting the samples and thinking that as the supplier has declared that they understand your proposal, they don't need to review and sign off a sample. But it's just not true. You need to ensure that you have a sample for sign off at almost every design iteration that you have. So, what are the steps of ordering samples? Before you go and part with any of your cash and before ordering samples, you want the supplier to confirm that they have received and understood your design ideas. This can be in a drawing or a sketch. Either way, you need to ensure that your supplier has fully understood your needs and requirements. If you're happy as can be with the supplier's answers, request a sample. But before they ship the sample to you, ask them to take a photo of that sample. It's an essential point as you can save so much time in shipping and to and froing. But wait, before you've even ordered that sample, you need to be inquiring at what level the sample will be. Is it a pre-production part, a full production part, or a full prototype part? As all these have different nuances around them. It could be that you just want to explore proof of concept of a component. In this case, a prototype sample may be sufficient. It may be that you want to conduct some sort of validation on the component, such as functional testing. In that case, a more representative component to production would be better. And it may be that you just want to conduct full design validation tests on the component for CE or UKCA markings, in which case you would need a total production sample. So, depending upon your needs, depends upon the sample that you want to be requesting from the suppliers. And if you have ever worked in the hardware world, you'll know that the PPAP checklist stages, and that's where we draw a lot of the information and processes that we use here at Merchsprout. Now, if you want to learn more about PPAP and the stages within them, then head over to our website, merchsprout.com, and look for the information on there. And be sure to subscribe as well, as we'll be doing more videos on PPAP and testing in the future. Into the next stage of sample ordering. So you've ordered a sample from the supplier, you've understood what iteration of sample that is, and they've sent you a photo of it. The next step is to get it shipped. Now, I honestly cannot stress enough how easy it is to get things shipped via DHL. Yes, it costs more, but it's worth doing it. They'll send you the sample, which shouldn't have any duty to be paid because it's a sample, but even if there is, DHL will pay your fees on your behalf and send you a bill at a later stage. You've arranged the sample shipping and delivery to your home or office in your country. Now, when you've received the sample, make sure you log it. Ensure that you understand if the packaging that it was sent in will be the product packaging or prototype packaging. Now, I'm sure we've all been guilty of this, but you get a box delivered and the first thing you do in utter excitement is rip the box apart, totally forgetting to take photos of how it looks and how it's packaged. But ensure that you do. Ensure that you document everything and take photos of how the product was packaged. This will come in useful if you need to explain in detail to your supplier if you need something changing. Now, you have your sample in hand. You need to critique it just like a consumer would. Are you okay with it? It's infrequent that you'll be happy 100% with the initial sample from a supplier, and it will require a few iterations of design changes Now work with the supplier and get those design changes and order another sample. Now, how many samples should I request? As discussed in our RFQ video, I always suggest spreading your bets. Choose a few suppliers and send that RFQ and proposal to them. See which suppliers come back with accurate quotes. I always advise ordering from at least 3 suppliers to feel what's available in the market. And it may be one of these designs or samples has better features than the others, and possibly something that you want to incorporate into your design. Now with samples, you can be pretty free to request what you want, but don't forget, it'll probably cost you. And to save some costs here, it's a great idea to get the sample consolidated in China by either a consolidation company or by your inspection company. Please feel free to get in touch if you need some sort of service like this, as we have a really good team members in China who can sort all this for you and actually get you a fantastic rate on DHL shipping. So when it comes to costs with samples, yes, it can get quite costly, especially if you need to invest in prototype tooling or tooling. It can be a significant outlay initially and totally dependent upon your requirements. And that depends upon the product you're trying to find. But a bit of a tip here, request that the supplier knock the initial samples cost from your order when you place it. Or if indeed there is initial tooling costs and you need to invest in tooling, request that you get the samples for free or you pay for shipping or a percentage of it. Now tooling's a massive topic on its own and probably best left for another video, but just a quick note, if you are investing in tooling at this point, because it's required to make your samples, inquire with the manufacturer to ensure who actually has ownership of the tooling when you have paid for it. If the supplier owns it, but you've paid for it, there could be some issues in the future, especially if your product has some sort of IP on the product. So say for example, you're happy with the samples that have been sent, you've ensured the samples is off the same tooling and process that your product will be made at, then and only then is it time to press the button for manufacturing. Now I always have someone from my team in facilities on the day of production, especially if it's a big order. They'll sign off the initial products on the line from the drawings and allow the product to be produced in numbers. We always inspect the first run after the change. We have somebody there actually visually inspecting the product against our golden sample. What's a golden sample, you ask? It's a great question. I'm glad you did. A golden sample is a sample that either you or your inspection team has to sign off against. It's the perfect sample that you've had a look at that should be used to reference all products after. This again is derived from that PPAP procedure that all major manufacturers use, and it should come as no surprise to any Chinese company when you request that golden sample to sign off. Now, after all being well, you have a sample that is not only correct, but you've been through iterations of design and sample testing and inspection to get you the best possible product. If you like this video and want more information about anything in this video, please like it and leave a comment below, and I'll be sure to give you any advice on any specific questions that you may have. Until next time, bye.